Good afternoon. I'm here at the Dragonfly. I thought I'd pull a few cards for the collective. I'm using the Tarot of Mystical Moments. All right, so first of all, we have this beautiful Eight of Wands, the King of Cups, and she has this deck where she has female and male depicted kings and queens, and the Hierophant. Now, this is the year of the Hierophant, so that's perfect. And that also is a card connected to a bit of Taurus energy, so probably some energies that were still lingering from the new moon. First of all, we have our Eight of Wands, and that to me speaks of a lot of upcoming energies coming in very quick. Now, Mercury's going into retrograde, but right up until we head into that period, I feel like this is indicative of a lot of messages that, you know, it's this speedy energy at play. And she's got those beautiful umbrellas that are whisking her up into the clouds, into the wind. And, you know, she's getting this clarity is coming in pretty quick. Now, she's floating, but at any moment that wind could just whisk her away. So, you know, harness this beautiful window of opportunity for, you know, clarity. Maybe you were feeling a little bit stuck. There was some sticky energy, and, you know, you've started to, you know, run a little bit faster, but you're still feeling that hesitancy. So maybe, you know, get a little bit more balance momentum going for you. And this card also, this Eight of Wands is also the Law of Attraction card. So, you know, anything that you have been working on manifesting for a while with this new moon energy, it's just kind of exploding right now. It's coming through. So get into that flow of this quick energy. Face those desires head on. You know, this card is saying, like, it's time to go. There's no more questioning, there's no more hesitating, and these things that are coming through for you are things that most likely you've manifested, or things that are necessary for this heightened sense of clarity. This you know, there's something in the air that it's those winds of change have been blowing around quite a bit. That energy is in the air, and this is telling you now that it's time to act. You know, you're getting into high gear. You're going forward. You're getting in this flow. Feel that momentum. Like, feel it get into your senses, every one of your senses. As we exit Taurus season here, there's just still this window of, you know, feeling that manifestation magic, feeling that connection with nature and that flow, and you know, maybe those things aren't coming in as quickly as you would like. And perhaps this message is too that, you know, maybe you need to be in that flow more. Maybe your doubt, maybe your fears are not allowing these bursts of insight to come to you, and they're just kind of waiting around the corner. And, you know, they'll never come too fast for you if it's something you've manifested. If it's just, you just need to get into that flow, and that's what this card is telling me today. And then we have this beautiful King of Cups. So this card, I love this card because, you know, he was coming out last night as well, and the King and Queen were here, and there's that, again, that balance of that masculine and feminine energy. And, you know, I felt like it was more the Queen's time last night, and today the King is here. And interestingly, she is depicted as a female king. So, you know, there's a different mix of fluid energy that we have here with this card. And to me, this female King of Cups, she's standing in the midst of this, like, turbulent sea. Such a gorgeous card, though. Her hair, it's just the octopus, and she's a symbol of the divine universe here, because she's got, you know, this star energy and this spiral shape. And, you know, I love this too. This is like the keyhole. This is that doorway, that portal energy that we're speaking of. And, that has been coming up quite a bit. This is this, it's this symbol of what is to come. It's this symbol of these portals of energy that are opening up, whether they're opening up for you intuitively or, it's this emotional vulnerability while at the same time being, accepting, stable, diplomatic, having this steadiness. She's got this giant octopus on her crown chakra. Those tentacles can reach out and help anyone that needs to heal her wisdom, and they're helping her to get through this heavy emotions and this turbulent sea. And nothing can rock her. She whatever's going on around her, whatever chaos there is, whatever darkness or fears, she lets that swirl around her, but she remains completely calm and completely in touch with her emotions, and everything kind of flows through her and flows back out again in this beautiful stability and balance. And she has this emotional intelligence that she's gained this after working very hard at it. So whether this king is male or female, it's just that wisdom of those years of feeling those emotions and regulating that emotional state. Perhaps there's some meditation, perhaps there's this beautiful foundation of boundaries and structures that she's built around her to allow her to be able to do this. And she's found that sweet spot between her open, caring heart and intelligent mind, and she's able to blend all that together nicely to step into this position where she is leading from this place of strength and her heart holds this deep wisdom and love, and she's using this to make these beautiful connections. This creative energy, this intuitive awareness, this kindness and love, and find this place of serenity within you when perhaps these winds of change are creating some turbulencies. Perhaps there's any of these manifestations that are coming through right now, maybe they're coming through a little bit quick and they're overwhelming. And then perhaps those things that you've had to release and those shadows that you've had to kind of get yourself into and swirl around in them just so you could release them and let them go. And this card is saying that, get back to that serenity and that grounded place, and stay clear of those situations that allow those emotions to rise up in you again. Keep yourself grounded and calm, and perhaps make sure that those things that you've released and those things that were creating this chaos or turbulence, that perhaps you don't allow them back into your life again as we approach this Mercury retrograde. Perhaps this Eight of Wands might be bringing some energies back in that you've previously released, and you want to stand your ground, and you want to not allow that whatever that toxicity, those attachments that were holding you back from your best self. And now we see this beautiful Hierophant, and this to me also connects with the King of Cups too, because the Hierophant is, that's Taurus energy, but this is the year of the Hierophant card, and this is this year of the 5 energy, the energy of massive shifts of transformation and change, but also, Law of Attraction card, abundance coming in. And, that abundance that you manifest a lot of times, in order to receive it fully and to receive what's meant for you, you have to be open to changing and transforming and releasing things that no longer serve you, and allowing, everything that's true for you to come through. And that energy can, that can feel a little rebellious. It can feel like you have to change these very outdated ways of thinking. Like the Hierophant is like these old, dogmas and systems and, the old religions and things that were very ego-based and things that made you feel that your connection with spirit had to be labeled or controlled, or um, that you didn't have this spirit inside of you. This is the card of a spiritual leader, someone that is going through a phase of enlightenment or awakening. And this energy's been coming up a lot. I think people are realizing that they have this inside of them, and as you search for your divine truth and you create these frameworks of belief that help you to be able to expand, like this Hierophant in other cards, I've seen it like there's a staircase, you're rising up that beautiful staircase of ascension and your consciousness opening. And, if you've been struck in that old ways, a lot of those old ways were starting to release a little bit last year with that denser Capricorn energy, as we've discussed in previous readings. And you can see it's time to let those old structures fall away, to make space for this better version of you, this better connection to spirit, this better gateway. Again, with this doorway and gateway energy, it's like there's these gateways now, and divine source and the seeker's paths are being illuminated, and this is to be open to new perspectives. This card reminds you to listen for the teachers in your life, the people that walk across your path, that perhaps they're kindred spirits and they have years of experience that they have to teach you, and perhaps they're not labeled as being a teacher, perhaps they're not labeled as being a spiritual guide, but they have this connection to source and this connection to themselves, that maybe they have this beautiful message for you. They can illuminate something for you. They can help you to see the patterns around you and to understand your own internal compass and make that connection that perhaps you've been lost. Perhaps you've been lost at sea without that compass. And now this card is saying, like, there's this wisdom in the teachings of the mystics, but you can combine that with the wisdom of your own heart and that one voice that matters most, and become your own guru. Find this guidance that's rooted in you and your faith and your belief and your experiences and the teachers that you've come across as well, and go into that energy yourself, and believe that you have these beautiful roots. And to me, this says too, like, connect with your ancestors, connect with this beautiful owl. Perhaps the birds are speaking to you, and this ancient wisdom and knowledge, and it's already inside of you. You just have to be listening for it, And this card suggests that you can listen like this beautiful little girl. You can listen to the teachings and the wise ones and the traditions, and connect with those societal wisdoms that are deep rooted in our ancestors, in our blood, in our heritage. Embrace those and bring them into your own. Find your own traditions and rituals. Find your own unique connection to source within you, and allow that to open up your intuition. Allow that beautiful moon to speak to you, and expand and travel out into this vast ocean of knowledge and wisdom and intuition, but remain grounded and don't allow that outer chaos or those shadows. You can release them, and you can have your own compass and guide your own ship. And when these manifestations are coming through and this abundant energy, it's here for you. It wants to come for you. I see a lot of it coming for this summer, and you need to be open for that, and you need to be able to create change to make space and room for all that beautiful abundance and those wisdoms that are meant to come for you, those tendrils of knowledge. And you're meant to share them with others as well. And you're meant to open your heart and open your mind by being open to this beautiful change and transformation. So lovely, lovely Witchy Wednesday transformation tarot reading. And I hope that everyone is having a blessed day out there in the collective. Come see me at Dragonfly Apothecary if you would like a future reading. Blessed be.